We started dating 4 years ago. We had met through a mutual group of friends, and we instantly fell in love. James was everything I asked for: tall, handsome, good looking, well educated, and rich. The first few months of our relationship were amazing. We spent time doing all kinds of things that couples do. We had getaway weekends together, trips, parties, and so much more. Everything was perfect until he became very suspicious of me. I didn't see the signs, and the whole thing escalated fast. Any time I talked to a man, he would get angry. I assured him countless times that he was my boyfriend and that he was the love of my life, but it never worked. He was extremely jealous all the time, to the point that I couldn't take it anymore. I told him that I needed to break up with him, but he begged me not to. He promised me that he'll do better and stop his childish behavior. I agreed, so I gave him one last chance. The next day, he brought me flowers, chocolate, and a cute small teddy bear. I thought it was a nice gesture and that he was trying to mend things between us. I happily accepted the gifts and was ready to resume our relationship. But one night, he sent me a weird message that said, "Why do you keep that ugly doll in your bed?" I looked around and it was my childhood doll. My mom had given it to me on my 6th birthday, and I kept it. I responded, "How did you know I had a doll?" He replied, "Because all girls have one." I didn't question at first, but the next day I was getting ready for work and I was wearing a short blue dress. I was standing in front of the mirror checking myself when I got another message from him saying, "You need to wear jeans and a t-shirt. Don't go out on the streets like that." But then he immediately deleted it. I was shocked. How the hell was he spying on me? I searched the whole room like a crazy person to check if there were any hidden cameras. I looked behind the door, in my closet, next to the lamp, and under the bed. I found nothing. That's when I noticed his teddy bear sitting on the table. I took it and opened it using a knife. I took out all the wool stuffing inside, and that's when I found it: a little black camera and a wire. What? That's why he has been acting so nice to me? He's been spying on me. I was agitated and furious. I didn't need to break up with him. I just went straight to the police, telling them the whole story. However, when I got out of the police station, a car came fast and hit me. For a few moments, I couldn't see or feel anything. I just heard a sound of a crash, and then I passed out. I was in the hospital. I was hearing voices and seeing flashes of light, but I wasn't aware of what was really going on. All I knew was that I opened my eyes 2 days later, and my friends and family were sitting by my bed. I asked them what happened, but nobody answered. They avoided looking into my eyes. Was there something wrong? They told me that it was James who hit me with his car, but he died in the accident. I was devastated. It was not my intention to kill him. I only wanted the police to make him stop. I didn't get the chance to attend James's funeral, but I knew that his whole family blamed me. Whenever I entered a place where people knew us both, everyone would look at me like I was some kind of criminal, like I was the cause of James's death. I had to put up with it until one day I got a strange text message that said, "You killed our most valuable member. Now you will have to cooperate with us. Bring us the black case in his room. We will send you more info about where to meet us later." At first, I didn't pay it any attention. I thought it was some kind of joke. I spent my day as usual. But the next day, I got another text message that said, "If you want to stay alive, then do as we say. We told you to get that black case from his room. Do it. You only have 24 hours. That's when I felt like something serious was going on. Who the hell were these people? And why were they texting me? I thought of going to the police, but then I decided not to. I was traumatized by what happened previously and didn't need any more trouble. They only wanted the black case, then I'll get it for them and be done with the whole thing. I went to James's apartment. I had his key because I used to spend the nights there. I searched every inch of it like a crazy woman, but I found nothing. I sent a message to those people telling them that I didn't find anything and left. On my way home, I was scared. I felt like someone was watching me, so I kept looking behind my back. I was relieved when I got into my apartment and locked the door. Silly, I know, but it somehow made me feel safe. What is in that case that they wanted so bad, I wondered. I went to get a glass of water when I saw that huge teddy bear looking back at me. That bear was also a gift from James. It was one of those huge, heavy ones that you can sit in their lap. It was so huge that I couldn't keep it in my room. I had to put it in the hall. Wait, could he? I looked suspiciously at that bear, and I had a weird looking at it. I took a knife and ripped that teddy bear apart. I took the wool stuffing out, and there it was, before my eyes, the big black case. I opened the case as fast as I could. I needed to know what's inside, and I was shocked. The case was full of money, stacks and stacks of $100 bills before my eyes. Why the hell would James have that amount of money? I mean, I knew that he was rich and that his parents had a few companies here and there, but he was not rich enough to have that amount of money. I counted the stacks, and they were $5 million. Apparently, I was a girlfriend to a thief, a fraud, a sick person who hides his crimes in my house. Who knows what James was? I sat on the floor, staring at the case. What should I do now? Will the police believe me if I tell them? The clock was ticking. Sooner or later, those people would find out about the case and come find me. And for some stupid reason, I decided to tell my dad. I mean, he's the older one. He's who's supposed to know what to do. I called him, telling him that I was in trouble. He came rushing. I told him the whole story and why we should head to the police station. But when Dad saw the money, he was shocked. It was his first time seeing that amount of money, and he had a different idea. Honey, this money is a gift from heaven. No one knows about it. What do you mean, Dad? I mean, let's just take it and escape. The people who are after James don't know that you have it. We could travel for a while and come back 2 months later. No one would find out about us. I knew where this was coming from. My parents had always been poor. They could barely manage their necessities. Mom had cancer, so she couldn't work. She always had doctor and hospital appointments that cost a lot of money. Dad also had to stay by her side, so he also stopped working at some point. He had to take loans from the bank. He was practically drowning in debt, and when he saw the money, he thought it was his ticket out of all this trouble. I agreed. I didn't like seeing my dad that desperate. 3 hours later, we had everything ready. We booked tickets to Russia. I managed to pack only the necessary things, and Dad only got a few things, including his passport. We were on our way to the airport, feeling excited. The case had $5 million that could change both of our lives. But before we got on the plane, 2 police officers stopped us. We were arrested for cooperating with the drug dealer. A drug dealer? OMG! The police knew that James was involved in a gang and that the money was illegal. They were watching his apartment, and when they saw me going out, they suspected me and started watching me. Heading to the airport was the wrong move. They thought that I was part of the whole thing and that I helped him hide that money. What the hell? Hours of investigation went by. I showed them the messages, I told them how he used a teddy before to spy on me, and I told them that I already told the police once. James tried to kill me, and he ended up dead. They were finally convinced that I had nothing to do with James, but they said that I would still be pressed with charges and that I was going to spend time in jail. Stealing illegal money was still a crime. The only way to reduce the number of years I was about to have was by helping them catch the real criminals. The next day, I sent another message to those people. I told them that I found the case and I was ready to hand it over. They sent me an address. It was behind some dumpster in one of the city streets in the middle of the night. They said they would only take it by hand, which meant that I had to be there. I couldn't leave it. So I went, feeling scared and shaking. I knew that the police had my bag and that the whole area was protected, but it didn't make me feel more relaxed. I stood there holding the case, waiting. I was walking nervously back and forth. Many drunk and homeless people passed by me, but no one asked for the case. 1 hour passed, but no one came. Aren't they coming? We waited another hour, but no one came. The plan didn't work. No one came for the case. The whole thing was over. I spent 2 years in jail. They said I was lucky to have only spent that much, but I couldn't wait to get out. It was horrible. However, things got worse when I got a message on my new phone telling me to watch my back. It was from those people. They knew I cooperated with the police, and they were coming for revenge. I often think what would have happened if I just let James spy on me. I could have kept everything as is, and I would not have gone through all of this, and I wouldn't be living in fear like I am now.